Chapter 051. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Under the direction of Loquat Juzo and Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost, Feng and the others soon arrived at a cave. With great respect, Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost said, "Lord Feng, we've searched everywhere." He'd overheard Feng's conversation on the way and learned his true identity, which shocked him. From that point on, he completely changed how he addressed Feng. The Senju clan was legendary in the ninja world. As its last heir, Feng deserved absolute respect. "How many times do I have to say, I'm not a Senju?" Seriously, no one's a Senju anymore. The second Hokage was a Senju, but by the third Hokage, even Tsunade and Nawaki weren't Senju. With the decline of the Senju clan, their policy was to distance themselves and integrate into Konoha. This was meant to prevent them from standing out, but it didn't save them. "Yes, Lord Feng. If you look at this cave's thick fog, it's clearly water release, hiding in mist technique, meaning Terumi probably is inside." Feng nodded. "Good. Find Terumi, and you're free to go." "Thank you, Lord Feng." Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost and Loquat Juzo led the way, and Feng asked curiously, "This hiding in mist technique, you don't have a way to break it?" Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost said sheepishly, "Lord Feng, it's pretty easy to crack, as long as you use wind release or fire release. But us ninja from the hidden mist village typically don't train in those. Wind and fire are a thing of the past." Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost thought. Mikoto Uchiha immediately stepped forward. "I'll do it. I'll use fire." Everyone, stand back. "Fire style, flame bullet." Uchiha Mikoto froze, about to blast fire into the cave, when kunai suddenly shot out. "Heads up." Feng quickly pulled Mikoto to his side, and tree roots erupted behind her, blocking the kunai. Mikoto said embarrassedly, "Sorry, my ninjutsu's too slow." "It's okay. You guys go first," Feng said, glancing at Loquat Juzo and Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost. Loquat Juzo and Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost exchanged glances and went in, looking dejected. The two most elite jonin from the hidden mist village quickly found Terumi and her bodyguard. They captured both of them. The huge Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost grabbed Terumi, laughing. "Lord Feng, we got her." Terumi, wearing a luxurious blue dress, looked terrified. "What are you going to do?" Feng's definitely not an ordinary ninja. He's probably from a prominent family in the hidden mist village but had to flee due to a power struggle. Just as everyone relaxed, Terumi blew a breath at Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost's face. Boil release, vapor style. Thick, acidic, high heat mist blasted him directly. "Ack!" Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost screamed. "You're asking for it." Just as Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost was about to kill Terumi, Feng moved. Feng's hand was wrapped in lightning, and 1,000 birds cried out, illuminating everyone's faces. Kakashi's eyes nearly popped out. That was his own Chidori. "When did teacher Feng learn it?" Is my teacher a genius? How many times did he see it? And it looks so much more perfect than mine. Instantly, Kakashi's image of Feng grew larger. Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost saw Feng's hand and was immediately shocked. "Lord Feng." Before he could finish, Watermelon Mountain Puffer Ghost's eyes widened. He felt like he was flying. Looking down, he saw his headless body and neck spraying blood. "Ugh, so bloody." Mikoto Uchiha, Rin, Guy, and the 3 students who had just woken up all screamed. They'd never seen anything so gruesome. Even on this mission, no one had died. The 3 students who had just woken up fainted again. Guy and the others couldn't help but throw up. Kakashi and Obito swallowed, feeling a bit sick, but they were getting used to it. Terumi, standing closest, was petrified with fright and was quickly taken away by Feng. Uchiha Mikoto was surprised to see Kakashi and Obito so calm. Looking closer, Obito had activated his Sharingan. She had only focused on Feng earlier and missed Obito. Now she saw that Obito was an Uchiha, a genius who unlocked the Sharingan. How could she not be impressed? Uchiha Mikoto was about to ask Obito when she heard Feng say, "Kakashi, Obito, Rin, take care of the rest. What? You're telling kids to kill a ninja? Uchiha Mikoto turned to see Loquat Juzo surrounded by tree roots again. Loquat Juzo shouted in horror, Yefeng. You're a senju. Why are you so untrustworthy? Ao, standing next to him, was stunned. What's going on? Is this some kind of double cross? Yefeng patted Terumi's head, shrugged, and said, I said I wouldn't kill you. Kakashi, Obito, Rin, Guy, you're up. Yes, teacher. Rin nodded, standing with a pale face. The bloody scene had disgusted her, but she wouldn't lose to Kakashi and Obito. Ha! Rin screamed and hurled countless kunai and shuriken, bang bang bang. Loquat Juzo screamed miserably, his face filled with kunai and shuriken. Nice one, Rin, Obito said in surprise but was kicked in the butt by Yefeng. Get in there, quit the chatter. Kakashi started forming seals, then held his right hand with his left. Brilliant lightning erupted from his right palm. Uchiha Mikoto stared at Kakashi's Chidori, surprised. Did Yefeng teach that to Kakashi? What terrifying chakra? Loquat Juzo's face was covered in shuriken and kunai. His eyes were wide with terror. He wanted to struggle, but he couldn't, desperately held by the roots. Don't come near me, or I'll kill you. Before he could finish, Kakashi flashed forward, swish, blood splattered. Kakashi's figure shot past Loquat Juzo. Loquat Juzo's face was horror-stricken, his waist pierced. Well, Kakashi was small and not tall enough. He should have stabbed him through the heart, but it turned out to be a stomach shot. Ugh! Then, Obito roared, holding a kunai in both hands, jumping up and stabbing it into Loquat Juzo's heart. Loquat Juzo's face was filled with regret, and he died. Uchiha Mikoto and Terumi Haruno were stunned. Yefeng's Team 7 didn't seem like a rookie team at all. They were too composed, even our Chunin aren't that calm, are they? Yefeng smiled, patting Terumi's head. Good job. Terumi frowned, looking at Yefeng. Yefeng said, don't you dare spit on me, or I'll tie you up. Terumi flinched and said in a childish voice, who are you? The one who saved you, of course. We're from Konoha Village. Ao stood. You're Konoha ninja. Why are you arresting us? Go back and ask the Hokage, Yefeng said with a smile, taking them away. On the way, Uchiha Mikoto was surprised to learn that Kakashi was the son of the White Fang. No wonder he's so strong, and a ninja like Obito was being overlooked, didn't his family realize his potential? Obito, after we get back, I'll take you to meet the clan head. Obito nodded. Okay, Sister Mikoto. Obito was excited. He was being recognized, and he was going to meet the clan head. He had finally become someone important, no longer the nobody he used to be. Obito looked at Yefeng, grateful, even though teacher Yefeng is intense, it was his intensity that helped him unlock his Sharingan. Everyone laughed and talked. Returning to the bridge, the fog had cleared from the bridge, and you could see the other side clearly. Past this bridge is the land of fire. We're finally back. Let's go. Everyone looked happy and relieved after facing so many difficulties and accidents. They were finally returning safely. Just as everyone reached the middle of the bridge, Yefeng stopped, and everyone looked at him strangely. Mikoto Uchiha asked with concern, what's wrong? Terumi Haruno also looked around warily. Lord Yefeng, is there an enemy? In Yefeng's mind, the system suddenly reappeared. Ding, based on the host's current situation, here are 3 options. Option 1, embrace a cowardly approach. Abandon everyone and flee alone. Reward, secret art, earth grudge. Option 2, show an acceptable amount of cowardice. Flee with the important person Terumi and abandon everyone else. Reward, bloodline limit, Sharingan. Option 3, act like a true hero. Emulate the spirit of the second Hokage, hold the line, and protect the future of Konoha. Reward, S-rank mission, second Hokage's Will of Fire defense battle. The third Mizukage, where is he? Yefeng looked around, and suddenly, the bridge shook violently, a terrifying sound erupted from the sea below, and countless water columns shot into the sky. Water release. Ugh, except for Yefeng, everyone ducked. Some even lay down, everyone looked terrified. The three students from the other classes, who had woken up only to faint a second time, were scared and crying. Obito wanted to cry. Rin and Terumi gripped Yefeng's pants tightly, even Mikoto Uchiha and Terumi Haruno shivered. Yefeng looked up and saw a person standing at the end of the bridge. He had long hair, a Mizukage cloak, and closed eyes. It was the third Mizukage. Chapter 052. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Look, Earth Grudge Fear and the Sharingan were tempting, but Yefeng wasn't about to pull a coward move and run. Seeing the bridge was about to be swallowed by the sea, Yefeng immediately started weaving hand signs. Wood style, tree binding burial. Normally, wood style, tree binding burial uses vine-like saplings to entangle opponents, then grows into massive trees, crushing them. But Yefeng used it on the bridge, the trees wrapping around the entire structure, reinforcing it. Mimi, Rin, and Mikoto Uchiha watched the huge trees sprout from the bridge's wood, their eyes wide with admiration. Yefeng was so cool. Their teacher was so awesome. This guy was seriously impressive. The others calmed down, feeling a surge of security. Even the third Mizukage, watching from above, was caught off guard. To use such powerful wood-style ninjutsu in an environment with no soil. Could it be a reincarnation of the first Hokage? The third Mizukage was a guard during the first 5 Kage summit, an era recounted by the elders standing behind the first Mizukage. Looking at Yefeng, the old memories overlapped with the present image. The thought made him uneasy, but then he remembered Zetsu and that old geezer, calming him down a bit. If this guy was left alive, Konoha would be torn apart by infighting. Yefeng spotted Zetsu, or rather the black and white Zetsu duo, suddenly appearing beside the third Mizukage. It was an Uchiha plot. Alright. You guys go. I'll cover you. Yefeng said casually. Mikoto Uchiha immediately protested. Yefeng, take the ninja with you. Haruno Zhao chimed in. Lord Yefeng, you're the most important. We'll cover you, you get out of here. As he spoke, a massive water column surged, transforming into water dragons that hurtled toward Yefeng. Water Dragon Bullet Barrage. The third Mizukage's multiple water dragon bullets packed a terrifying punch. Haruno Zhao, who just volunteered to cover them, froze, petrified. Bang! With a deafening roar, Yefeng weaved hand signs, and a wooden wall materialized in front of them, intercepting the water dragons. The whole bridge trembled, seawater splashed, soaking everyone. Sacrificing yourselves to cover me would be pointless. There's no need. Just go. I'll be fine. I'm afraid I might hurt you if I go all out. Just go. Yefeng cast Shadow Clone Jutsu, creating clones to help them escape. Yefeng, you have to come back safe. Mikoto Uchiha gritted her teeth, running alongside Yefeng's clone. The third Mizukage smirked. Oh, none of you are escaping. Yefeng flashed, appearing in front of the third Mizukage. You're fighting me. Before he could blink, the third Mizukage was sent flying. On the other side of the bridge, countless white Zetsu suddenly materialized, filling everyone with terror. They weren't just on this side, but on the far side as well. Thousands of them. They were completely surrounded. Everyone was scared out of their minds. Yefeng had a sinking feeling. Just how many white Zetsu were there? Go. Yefeng's clone weaved signs. Wood style, wood dragon technique. Wood style, tree binding burial. Wooden dragons erupted, trapping the Zetsu blocking the bridge. Simultaneously, the tree binding burial pressed the white Zetsu under the trees, clearing a path. Go. Leave this to me. Yefeng said calmly. Teacher. Come with us. Rin, seeing the endless white Zetsu, was on the verge of tears. Obito's eyes grew wide with fear. Even Kakashi urged, Sensei, let's go together. We can make it. Mei Terumi, the little one, tugged at Yefeng's clothes, pleading with her eyes. Before Mikoto could speak, Yefeng interrupted. Mikoto, Haruno Zhao, I'm leaving them in your hands. With that, Feng furiously weaved signs. Wood style, advent of a world of flowering trees. At Feng's command, the ground under the bridge cracked. With a deafening boom, the whole area shook and collapsed. Trees exploded from the ground, overturning the bridge. Rumble. Half the steel bridge plunged into the sea. In seconds, the cliff split, the bridge shattered, the landscape transformed. The white Zetsu on the bridge plummeted into the sea, while the white Zetsu on the far side could only watch as their side of the bridge transformed into a forest of giant trees and flowers. Konoha, Whirlpool Clan Compound. For Symbol's Seal. Kushina cast a 4 symbols seal on a pink pig, a circle of marks glowing on its belly. It worked. Grandma Mito. Mito Uzumaki nodded. Good, now, try unsealing the 4 symbols on the big dolphin. The pink pig was a domesticated summoning animal of the Uzumaki clan, used by newcomers for seal practice. It had thick skin and wasn't easily injured. The dolphin, along with its offspring named Tauntaun, accompanied Tsunade and Shizun. Big dolphin, let's go again. Kushina was excited. She had finally mastered the 4 symbols seal. Soon, she'd learn all the Uzumaki clan's sealing techniques, surpassing even Feng. Besides, Mito said that mastering the Uzumaki sealing techniques would be a step towards marriage. A happy grin spread across Kushina's face. Once Feng got back from this mission, they could start planning their wedding. Feng, be safe, come back soon. Chapter 053. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the Hokage's office, Sarutobi was buried in paperwork. Lord Hokage, we have a situation in the hidden mist village. A shadowy shinobi appeared before Sarutobi. How serious is it? Orochimaru, who was sitting nearby, watched the messenger with curious eyes. Sarutobi frowned. What's happened? Jiraiya failed to stop the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. They're headed west. West? Sarutobi grunted, glancing at a map. His eyes widened. Damn it. You couldn't stop them. Sarutobi's sudden fury made the Umbu operative flinch. Orochimaru listened with interest. No, sir. Jiraiya was caught off guard by a sound-based attack. This was bad. The 7 ninja swordsmen, the Mist Village's elite strike force, could wreak havoc overnight, and they were headed towards the mountain forests where Terumi was likely hiding, Night Maple's destination as well. If anything happened to Yokaide, Konoha would pay the price. But now, he feared, it was already too late. Orochimaru drawled. Jiraiya realized he'd been tricked, didn't he? Surely he took steps to correct the situation. Lord Jiraiya sent Wave Feng Minato ahead at top speed. Orochimaru's eyes narrowed. Too easily deceived. The Umbu operative hastened to add, it was an intelligence failure, sir. Who handled the intel? Mito Ryosuke and Shudo Shinto, sir. Sarutobi's eyes flashed. Ryosuke Mito and Shudo Shinto. What are they trying to pull? Menyen, Koharu, were they still clinging to the will of fire? Did they not understand Konoha's investment in the first Hokage's legacy, embodied in Yokaide? Sarutobi took a deep breath, a cold light in his eyes. Even if Yokaide and Minato could handle the 7 swordsmen between them, the collateral damage would be immense. For the sake of some personal vendetta, the Mito and Shudo clans were sabotaging Yokaide's mission, completely ignoring his authority as Hokage. Send word to. Knock, knock. Before Sarutobi could finish, Mito Menyen and Shudo Koharu entered, accompanied by 2 young men, their sons, Mito Ryosuke and Shudo Shinto. Lord Hokage. Lord Hokage. Sarutobi's eyes were like ice. He turned to Orochimaru. Stand guard outside. Menyen, Koharu, have a seat. The rest of you, out. Yes, sir. Orochimaru grinned and ushered the others out. Only Sarutobi, Mito Menyen, and Shudo Koharu remained in the office. The atmosphere was thick with tension, the calm before the storm. Sarutobi stared at his former teammates, saying nothing. The silence was deafening. Mito Menyen finally broke it. Sarutobi, it was a mistake, not intentional. Oh. Ape flying, don't get angry. Night Maple's background is shrouded in mystery. Who knows if he's a hidden danger? Everything we do for Konoha, not for ourselves. It's also a warning shot, to remind him that he can't just do as he pleases in Konoha. Sarutobi understood perfectly Danzo's recent return, with 2-tailed beasts and 6 artifacts from the hidden Cloud Village, was largely due to the efforts of the Shimura, Mito, and Shudo clans. Add to that the alliance with Hanzo, the demigod of the hidden Rain Village, and the vast resources these families had amassed over the years. They were testing Sarutobi, making him choose between Yokaid and the combined might of the Shimura, Mito, and Shudo clans. They were reminding him that their families weren't to be trifled with. And they hadn't gone too far, had they? Just a little sabotage to Yokaid's mission, a gentle reminder to stay in his place. Mito Menyen and Shudo Koharu had made their position clear. They were hinting that if he tried to punish them, other families would turn on him as well. Sarutobi was silent. Mito and Koharu exchanged smug smiles. Ape flying, Yokaid will be fine. It's more important that we prepare for Danzo's return. We'll need your help to smooth things over. Sarutobi glared at Mito Menyen and Shudo Koharu. Just then, Orochimaru called from outside, Lord Hokage, Wave Feng Minato is back. Send him in. The door opened. Minato paused, surprised to see Mito Menyen and Koharu, then bowed. Lord Hokage. You're back safe. What about Yokaid? Minato knelt. I returned first. Yokaid is still in the land of water. What happened? Reporting, sir. We took casualties, so I sent the wounded back. Yokaid is still on duty. Mito Menyen and Koharu exchanged another knowing glance. They'd heard Yokaid had gone all out for his squad, and that they'd taken heavy losses. Sarutobi frowned. Casualties, and you're still pursuing the mission? Minato said respectfully, yes, sir. Yokaid already dealt with the 7 ninja swordsmen. Only 1 Konoha shinobi was injured. What? The room went silent. Everyone was stunned. The 7 swordsmen were gone, and Konoha had only suffered 1 injury. Had Yokaid taken them all down? Chapter 054. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Watergate, fill me in on what's happening. Yes, Naruto-sama. So, Watergate explained everything. By the time he got there, the fight was already over. Everyone was stunned. Yi Feng took down all 7 members of the ninja swordsmen by himself. And Might Guy, that low-ranking ninja, opened the 8 gates and defeated one of the 7 ninja swordsmen too. Hiruzen Sarutobi, his voice deep, said, excellent. We underestimated Might Guy's potential. When I return, I want you to bring him to me. But Sarutobi had more pressing matters, stopping Raikage and ensuring Danzo's safe return. With that, Sarutobi, followed by Orochimaru, headed out. A moment later, another Umbu operative rushed in. Where's Naruto-sama? Hamura Mitokado stood and replied, Naruto-sama is busy. What's the problem? Lord Hamura, something serious has happened in the Hidden Mist Village. What is it? Jiraiya's lost contact, and the 3rd Mizukage launched a surprise attack on Yi Feng and everyone with him. Hamura and Koharu exchanged a look, a subtle smirk forming at the corners of their mouths. They hadn't expected Yi Feng to be so unlucky. The 3rd Mizukage himself had intervened. This was it for Yi Feng. Hamura, his tone serious, asked, when did this happen? About half an hour ago. Hamura immediately said, that's unfortunate. Naruto-sama's unavailable, and the other Jonin are on missions. Konoha's forces are spread thin. We can only hope Yi Feng escapes. We should focus on a rescue mission to get him back. The Umbu's eyes widened at Hamura's words. What are you waiting for? Go. Yes, sir. The Umbu was practically cursing under his breath. That battlefield was a death trap. Those two former advisors were truly ruthless. Hamura and Koharu exchanged another smile. Yi Feng was finally in an impossible situation. With the third Mizukage and thousands of white Zetsu, they were sure to eliminate Yi Feng. Perfect. With Yi Feng, that rebellious element, gone, Konoha would be back on track when Danzo returned. On the border between the land of water and the land of fire, half the bridge had collapsed into the turbulent sea. Countless white Zetsu swarmed towards Yi Feng. Trapped in the center of the wood release barrier, the outermost trees groaned, then splintered and fell. The inner circle of roots and vines was swiftly severed by the mass of white Zetsu. Meanwhile, the third Mizukage, sporting a few swollen bruises from Yi Feng's clone, finally created some distance and unleashed a barrage of water-style ninjutsu, transforming the endless seawater into numerous water dragons that slammed into the clone. Bang! Yi Feng's clone was obliterated. Instantly, Yi Feng split into three. He didn't make more clones because dividing into three allowed each one to maintain a decent portion of his power, about a third. Any more, and they'd be too weak. Yi Feng gently brought his hands together, forming a complex seal. Enormous chakra surged within him, and his eyes flashed. Wood style, would human technique. Rumble. The ground beneath Yi Feng erupted, and the head of a massive wooden Buddha statue emerged. Yi Feng stood atop the wooden Buddha's head. The rest of the statue continued to rise, towering into the sky, its emergence shaking the earth. Behind the Buddha statue, countless arms spread out in densely packed layers. Nearby, a Sharingan under a mask spun wildly. It was Uchiha's clone. He was watching in secret. Not only the white Zetsu, but a clone of Uchiha was also present. His body was connected to the demonic statue of the outer path, allowing him to barely send out a clone. He was there to assess Yi Feng's capabilities. Is that the sage art would release? True, several thousand hands. Seeing the colossal Buddha statue reaching into the clouds, countless giant arms extending from its back, Madara's clone was completely dumbfounded. He stumbled back, muttering, "Impossible, absolutely impossible. He doesn't have an immortal body. How can he perform sage art would release, true several thousand hands transformation? No, that's not the true several thousand hands, it's the wood human technique." Uchiha had been overshadowed by Hashirama Senju's sage would release. Now, seeing the sudden appearance of this wooden man, he was thoroughly shocked. In reality, Yi Feng was indeed using the wood human technique, just as Uchiha realized, not the sage art would release, true several thousand hands transformation. The key difference was that the true several thousand hands required transforming into an immortal body. Yi Feng's current fusion level wasn't high enough for that. He needed a 100% fusion degree to achieve an immortal body transformation. Even so, it startled Uchiha. Could it be that Hashirama, like me, was in suspended animation, and he's not actually dead? Madara's clone narrowed his eyes, scrutinizing Yi Feng. His eyes burned with intensity, but no matter how he looked, he couldn't find Hashirama's presence in Yi Feng. It's not Hashirama. Kill him while he's still young. Uchiha was about to attack when suddenly, the earth shook again. Another massive thousand-armed wooden figure emerged from the ground. And standing atop that wooden figure was another clone of Yi Feng, but the shaking hadn't stopped. It grew even more violent. A third colossal thousand-armed wooden figure rose. 3 towering thousand-armed wooden figures suddenly stood tall, astonishing everyone present. Chapter 055. You are listening at novelfull.audio. No way. His chakra's off the charts. Uchiha was genuinely alarmed, even though it wasn't with style sage art, true several thousand hands or top transformed Buddha. The appearance of 3 near-perfect replicas of the thousand hands wooden golem gave Uchiha pause. If he didn't jump in and take out Yi Feng, things could get hairy. Yi Feng might even trace him through some clue. As Uchiha hesitated, the 3 Senju clones attacked. The wooden figure's massive palms clamped down, grabbing by Zetsu left and right. As the thousand hands wooden golem absorbed them, the Hashirama cells within the Baizetsu were drained instantly, leaving them desiccated. They turned into a nutrient sludge, dripping onto the ground, and when the third Mizukage's water dragon slammed into the thousand hands wooden golem, it was like getting tickled. Seeing this, Uchiha scrapped his plans for a sneak attack. Yefeng was too strong. The risk was too high. It wasn't worth it for Uchiha. Even young Madara wasn't a match for Sage Art, true several thousand hands or top transformed Buddha, and now, facing the young Yefeng, this Madara lacked confidence, too. I didn't expect someone so similar to emerge after all these years of silence. Looks like my plan's gonna have to change, again. With that thought, Madara's figure began to fade. If he didn't see an opportunity, he'd bug out. Madara wasn't some stubborn fool, otherwise, he wouldn't have faked his death after the battle at Final Valley. As Madara slipped away, the black and white Zetsu vanished instantly, and the white Zetsu that were still emerging quickly retreated when they sensed something was off. Think you can just pull back? Think again. Yefeng, split into three, was controlling the 3,000 hands wooden golem, and could absorb thousands of white Zetsu in seconds. Those white Zetsu that were only half emerged were yanked out like pulling radishes. His depleted chakra was instantly replenished, overflowing and surging to the Ein seal on his forehead, deepening its color. At the same time, Yefeng absorbed countless Hashirama cells from the Baizetsu through the wood release, causing the fusion rate of the Hashirama Senju character card to skyrocket at an astonishing rate. 75%. 85%. 95%. 99%. These white Zetsu had just given Yefeng a fusion boost of over 20%. Just 1% more, and he'd hit full power. When the fusion rate passed 90%, Yefeng unlocked a new skill, Sage Mode. He also unlocked Sage Art, Gate of the Great Gods. Finally, there was the ultimate would release ninjutsu, Sage Art would release, true several thousand hands, which he should be able to learn when he hit 100%. Yefeng was stoked. Just 1% to go, and it would be done in 2 or 3 hours. Water release, Water Fang Bullet. Seeing Yefeng spacing out, the third Mizukage unleashed one of his most powerful single-target water-style ninjutsu, blasting a straight, ultra-high-pressure water column from his mouth, turning it into a sharp water blade to slice Yefeng in two. Swoosh! The attack cleaved Yefeng and the thousand hands wooden golem from head to toe in one clean cut. Bang! The clone exploded, and the thousand hands wooden golem beneath his feet collapsed. Yefeng glanced at the third Mizukage. Black and white Zetsu were long gone, and the cannon fodder white Zetsu had all fled. The last enemy standing was this Mizukage. The third Mizukage and Yefeng locked eyes, and he suddenly felt like something was wrong. Looking around, he realized everyone was gone, leaving him alone. Uchiha Madara. You set me up. The third Mizukage roared, then turned tail and ran. In this situation, he felt like he was in deep trouble. Was he gonna die? Water body. Before he could finish the words, the third Mizukage's eyes widened, and he crashed to the ground. Rumble, He created a crater 100 meters across. The third Mizukage lay in the middle, sprawled out and staring up at the sky in terror. In the air, Yefeng's eyes glowed with red stripes, and a red circle appeared on his forehead as his pupils turned gold. Is that Sage Mode? The third Mizukage froze. Then, Yefeng suddenly appeared in front of him and threw a punch. Bang, the third Mizukage's eyes widened. He heard a crack in his body as Yefeng's blow shattered his spine. He'd nearly completed the water body technique seal in 0.1 seconds, but it had been abruptly cut off. Yefeng stomped on the third Mizukage and said, "Freeze!" The third Mizukage nearly blacked out, blood gushing from his mouth, his lower body numb. He never expected Yefeng's attack to be such a devastating, overwhelming strike. Let me go. I'll do anything. Yefeng didn't hear a word the third Mizukage said, still replaying the battle in his mind. Less than 3 seconds of combat, he'd interrupted the Mizukage's ninjutsu twice in a row, then blasted him. That was the power of the Sage Mode provided by Hashirama Senju. No casting time. A direct punch was already insanely powerful. Ding! Based on the host's current situation, presenting 3 options. Option 1, release the third Mizukage. Reward, the third Mizukage surrender. The system cut itself off. Ding! The host has killed the third Mizukage, completing option 3. Reward, S-rank character card, the original Mizukage, by Akurin. Yefeng was confused. How did he complete option 3? Looking down, he saw the third Mizukage had just run out of steam. I'll be damned, the third Mizukage just died like that. Yefeng was caught off guard. Chapter 056. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This water shadow's a fake, right? Seriously? That weak? But the system can't be wrong. Is my sage mode just that strong? Right then, a light rain started to fall, the water mist thickening like it was mourning the third water shadow's death. Yifeng shook his head, looked down at the corpse, and hoisted it over his shoulder. Bringing back the third water shadow's body has gotta be a huge win, right? Plus, with him taking out the third, hidden mist is gonna be in chaos for a while, tearing itself apart. That'll definitely make things easier for Konoha. Yifeng thought for a second, then clasped his hands together, ready to weave some signs. Suddenly, thick roots and vines burst from the bridge sticking out into the sea, lifting it up and reconnecting it to the mainland. The landscape was a little different, but Yifeng had patched the bridge back together with ninjutsu, easy enough, just burns a ton of chakra, and right now, Yifeng's got plenty. Besides his own chakra reserves, he's got the Een seal to draw from. He'd absorbed like 2,000 or 3,000 white chakras earlier, and still had over half left. What was bugging Yifeng was the safety of Mikoto, Team 7, and Terumi. When he summoned those 3 Senju earlier, it really drained him fast. To protect Team 7, Mikoto's shadow clone probably poofed out of existence. Just then, a golden flash appeared in the distance. It was Minato Namikaze. He was headed straight for Yifeng, and you could feel the ground shaking with every step. The rumbling was loud enough that even Minato could hear it from far away, and seeing that giant, thousand-handed wooden figure in the distance really threw him for a loop. Is that Yifeng's summon? Or is it an enemy? Minato was born after the first Hokage bit the dust, so he'd never seen wood release before. Seeing that wooden monstrosity was a total shock. Then came a series of explosions, and the wind kicked up fierce. Terrifying, but the closer he got to the battlefield, the more serious Minato's face became. What used to be flat ground was now a crater. Everywhere he looked, giant roots and vines were chopped in half, and tons more had been ripped out of the ground, but no bodies anywhere, and that downpour was just plain creepy. He couldn't help but gulp. The surrounding water mist felt dead. Then, a figure emerged from the fog. Minato instantly tensed, grabbing one of his flying thunder god kunai. Minato. Yifeng's figure became clearer in the mist. Yifeng, you okay? Minato blinked, then hurried over. Harakami told me you were in trouble. He stopped dead, staring at the body Yifeng was carrying over his shoulder. Water shadow cloak. Water shadow robes. Yifeng, is that? Minato stammered. Yifeng dropped the body, revealing its face, hidden mist headband. Long hair. His face was a mess, and his mouth was full of blood. Looking closer, his back was twisted and his spine was broken. The third water shadow. Minato, perfect timing. Help me carry him. Minato was stunned. Was that really the third water shadow? And Yifeng took him out. You killed the third water shadow? Who else? Yifeng clapped Minato on the shoulder. Let's go. Time to head back. On the way back, Minato was still in shock. Yifeng had actually killed the third water shadow. Not long ago, when he was a Chunin, Yifeng was still a Genin. By the time he made Jonin, Yifeng was a special Jonin, and now, as Minato was getting ready for his first S-rank mission, Yifeng had already killed the third water shadow. The rate at which Yifeng was advancing was making Minato feel a little inadequate. Yifeng had some questions too. The third water shadow seemed kinda weak. I practically stomped him to death. Minato's eyebrows shot up. Then, he remembered what his contacts had told him. He mumbled, according to our intel, the third water shadow has been seen less and less in the village over the past year since taking office. We figured he was either up to something or seriously ill. Up to something. Seriously ill? Yi Feng instantly thought of Black and White Zetsu, and the mastermind behind them. He nodded. Could be both. Minato agreed, yeah, the sudden blood mist policy felt too rushed to just exclude dissidents. Whatever the case, Yi Feng, you really did it this time. This is gonna throw hidden mist into chaos. Your name is about to be known across the entire ninja world. Chapter 057. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just as Yokaide was on his way back, Mikoto Uchiha and Akira Haruno had already led the group back to Konoha. However, Danzo's team had returned even earlier, led by Mito Manita and Koharu. Danzo approached Konoha's main gate, he gazed at Konoha's night sky and took a deep breath. I'm back. Danzo glanced at the young Mito Ryosuke and Shun Shinto and instructed, go get Mito Uzumaki. The Two-Tails seal is unstable, there's imminent danger. Sarutobi Biwako quickly interjected, in that case, you can't enter the village. Let's head to the training grounds. Danzo glanced at Biwako, nodded, and replied, yes, Biwako-sama is as thoughtful as ever. Please summon Mito Uzumaki immediately. With that, Danzo remained where he was. Behind him, a blonde girl with iron shackles shivered, her headband indicated that she was a ninja from the hidden Cloud Village. At that moment, Mikoto Uchiha and Akira Haruno arrived with the rest of their group. Mikoto, spotting the lights at the gate from afar, quickened her pace and called out, emergency. I need to see Lord Hokage. Hearing this, Danzo stopped and turned around. Sarutobi Biwako hurried to greet them. Mikoto. What's happened? Biwako-sama, Yokaide was ambushed by the third Mizukage, and there are countless bizarre white figures. We need to send help immediately. Sarutobi Biwako's expression changed instantly. Which jonin are currently in the village? Danzo approached. What is it? Mikoto paled at the sight of Danzo, but Akira Haruno stepped forward and explained the situation in detail. Mito Manita, standing nearby, said, Minato Namikaze has already left. Mikoto's eyes widened. Minato Namikaze. Why didn't I see him? Mito Manita simply smiled. I wouldn't know. Biwako-sama, can you send more reinforcements? For some reason, there are a massive number of those white figures near the hidden mist village. Koharu stated coldly, no, we can't spare more manpower. We have more pressing matters. Obito couldn't help but ask, what could be more important than Yokaide-sensei? Danzo noticed that Obito, a young Uchiha, had already awakened his Sharingan. The second Hokage was right, the Uchiha clan is a dangerous lot, and now, he was in league with Yokaide. Little brat, Konoha comes first. Everyone, at any time, can sacrifice for Konoha. Nothing is more important than Konoha. Your thinking is dangerous. Is this how the Uchiha clan taught you? Or did Yokaide corrupt you? Obito was stunned by Danzo's harsh words and stumbled backward. Mikoto Uchiha stepped in front of Obito and addressed Danzo. Danzo-sama, children don't overthink things. Is rescuing Yokaide Shinobu against Konoha's interests? Danzo narrowed his eyes, and Juan Sleeping Shinto intervened. Are you questioning the administration's decisions? Lord Hokage is away, and the most urgent matter in the village right now takes priority over rescuing Yokaide Shinobu. Besides, we've already dispatched Minato Namikaze. What more do you want? Are you defying the orders of the administration? At the moment Juan Sleeping Shinto finished speaking, Mikoto Uchiha turned pale and lowered her head. Mikoto wouldn't dare, but... Ryosuke Mito cut her off. No buts. As a Konoha ninja, you must always uphold the will of fire. We must protect Konoha, prioritize its interests, and not let personal feelings cloud our judgment. Mikoto Naka Shinobu, your thoughts are dangerous. Shun Shinto scoffed and instructed a nearby shinobu, immediately summon Mito Uzumaki-sama. We need her help to stabilize the Two-Tails seal. Anyone who obstructs this and allows the Two-Tails to break free and destroy Konoha will be a traitor to the village. At the Uzumaki compound, Kushina beamed at Mito Uzumaki. Grandma Mito, did I succeed? Mito Uzumaki looked at Kushina with affection and nodded. Yes, you've grasped nearly all of the Uzumaki clan's sealing techniques. That's amazing, Mito Uzumaki patted Kushina's head. Do you miss someone? Kushina blushed slightly. Whatever, she longed for Yokai to return. It had been 3 days, and she didn't know when he'd be back. Don't worry. Yokai is strong, he'll be fine. Kushina nodded, still a little anxious, since he was supposed to return today, wasn't he? This was Yokai's first mission, a B-rank mission, so how could Kushina not worry? A flicker of unease crossed Mito Uzumaki's face, but she quickly masked it. Yokai is definitely on his way back right now, don't fret. Maybe he'll return later tonight. Just then, a knock came from outside. Order from the administration. Mito Uzumaki-sama, please come with us, Mito Uzumaki frowned. The administration? Yes, there's an emergency and we need your help, Lord Mito Uzumaki. What do you need my help with? There's a slight issue with the Two-Tails Jinchuriki captured by Danzo-sama's team, and we need your assistance urgently. Mito Uzumaki glanced at Kushina. Kushina, come with me to take a look. Yes, Grandma Mito. Chapter 058. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Mito Uzumaki and Kushina arrived at the training grounds, escorted by a Leaf Village official from the administration department. Danzo-sama, Mito-sama, counselors, Uzumaki-sama Mito is here. In the center stood Danzo, Mito Menyen, and Koharu. Beside them was a young girl. She was the Two-Tails Jinchuriki, her hands bound with iron shackles. She looked like she'd been crying, her small mouth pressed into a tight line. The whole setup reeked of fear. Master Uzumaki Mito, we're checking the Two-Tails Jinchuriki's stability. Should we consider transferring the tailed beast to someone else? Mito Uzumaki drew Kushina closer, frowned at the frightened Two-Tails and said, what are you doing? If you don't want an accident, let her go, now. Kushina couldn't help but exclaim, she's so young. How can you treat her like this? Koharu snapped, how dare you? Kushina, you have no right to speak here. Just release her. What if she goes berserk? Who's responsible then? Uzumaki Mito glanced at Koharu. You know, Kushina's right. What you're doing will only backfire. Just let her go. Koharu's face tightened. She scoffed. Master Mito Uzumaki, if something goes wrong, it's on your head. Uzumaki Mito stared her down. Didn't you retrieve this Two-Tails Jinchuriki? If something happens, isn't that your problem? Koharu, for someone who's been an elder and advisor for so many years, those are some messed up words. Koharu gritted her teeth and fell silent. Mito Menyen forced a smile. Uzumaki Mito-sama, that's not what we meant. We just think it's too risky to let her go. Don't let her age fool you, she's strong. She is a Jinchuriki, after all. What we mean is, this Jinchuriki seems unstable. Should we focus on stabilizing the seal, or perhaps transfer the Two-Tails to another girl? That other girl has a Kekii Genkai. Uzumaki Mito asked flatly, is this at the Hokage's command? The Hokage is currently leading the defense against the hidden Cloud Village. It's wartime. He's unavailable, so the administration department is in charge. Administration department? What about Akimichi Choza? Akimichi Choza fell ill suddenly, and temporarily delegated authority to his 2 deputies. Mito Menyen smiled insincerely. Everything we do is for the good of Konoha, Uzumaki-sama. Please rest assured, Uzumaki Mito frowned. It's best not to transfer the tailed beast haphazardly. There's no telling what could happen. Stand aside. Danzo nodded. Alright, Uzumaki-sama, we'll leave this to you, then. Our thanks. After a few steps, Danzo paused and looked back. Master Uzumaki Mito, for Konoha's safety, we're activating the 4 violet flames formation. Do you foresee any issues? Uzumaki Mito eyed Danzo, then nodded. Fine. As soon as Danzo left the designated area, the 4 Jonin standing guard immediately began performing hand seals. The barrier was up in seconds. The 4 violet flames formation created a cuboid barrier with transparent violet flames on the 4 sides, east, west, south, and north. These flames prevented anyone from entering or leaving, burning anyone who touched the barrier walls. Uzumaki Mito still felt uneasy, but she walked up to the girl anyway. Unlocking the girl's shackles, she found the girl drenched in sweat, like she was enduring some kind of torture. She whispered to Uzumaki Mito, "Old lady, hurry." Uzumaki Mito's face turned pale. What? Before she could react, an intensely dark, malevolent blue chakra erupted from the girl's body. Rumble, star, with an ear-splitting blast, Uzumaki Mito activated her Ninetales chakra mode and was thrown backwards. Dazed, she looked up to see an enormous cat demon, reeking of blue, evil chakra. Its 2 tails swayed, and yin and yang chakra coalesced in its mouth, a tailed beast bomb. The overwhelming pressure forced Kushina to her knees. Uzumaki Mito stood between Kushina and the demon, wiping blood from her lips. This is bad. This wasn't mere tailed beast transformation, but the tailed beast breaking free of its seal, manifesting its true form. The girl had fainted, on the verge of death. She was no longer fit to be a Jinchuriki. Now, the only viable candidate was Kushina. Uzumaki Mito narrowed her eyes. Could this be Danzo's doing? Damn it. Release the barrier. Let Kushina out, star. Uzumaki Mito-sama, we apologize. With the tailed beast on the loose, we can't open the barrier. Uzumaki Mito exploded in fury. I can control the tailed beast. What are you afraid of? We're sorry, Uzumaki-sama, we cannot. This is our duty. Chapter 059. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At that moment, the 2 tailed beast bomb slammed into Mito. Uzumaki Mito roared, drawing on the Ninetales chakra. She molded the chakra into a hand resembling a demon fox's sharp claws, and intercepted the bomb. Boom, star, the entire barrier shook violently. Kushina clutched her chest, whispering, "Grandma Mito, please be okay." Then, Kushina realized something was wrong. This had to be a setup. Mito scanned outside the barrier. Danzo and the others were gone, replaced by 4 high-level shinobi maintaining the 4 violet flames formation. Trapped within, Mito lost focus and was blindsided by the 2 tails. A cat claw sent her flying. Grandma Mito. Mito spat blood, finding herself before a massive iron gate. Behind it, an orange-red, ferocious 9-tailed beast was locked away. Mito. Uzumaki, looks like you're in a bind. Wanna unleash my full power? Tailed beast transformation. I can help you out. Humph. 9 tails, after all these years, I know what you're like. I'll borrow your power, but don't think you can devour me and regain your freedom. Not gonna happen. Mito opened her eyes, pupils now vertical slits. Partial tailed beast transformation. Her body shifted, a swirling coat of dark red chakra enveloping her, resembling a humanoid tailed beast, except, instead of 9 tails, she sported 6. For years, Mito had restrained herself, rarely using tailed beast transformation, but the situation demanded it. Boom, star, even louder than before. This time, it was the 2 tails who went flying. After being swatted away by Mito's palm, Yujito snarled, enraged. Mito flashed in front of Yujito, fingers crackling with the 5 elemental chakra. 5 element seal. Yujito, agile like a cat, leaped away, dodging the attack, but Mito was just as fast, pursuing and slamming a hand onto Yujito's stomach. Ah! Human, you're asking for it. Yujito roared, swatting Mito away. They clashed again, a whirlwind of blows, each strike carrying immense chakra. Finally, they both flew backwards. Mito wiped blood from her mouth, panting, and didn't give chase. Her tailed beast transformation was nearing its limit. Pushing further risked the 9 tails breaking free, but the 2 tails had no such concerns. Damn it! Are they trying to make Kushina the 2 tails Jinchuriki? Mito cherished Kushina. Now, the girl who was supposed to inherit the Nine Tails was being forced to become the Two Tails host. And her own seal was weakening. Outside the training ground, Danzo, Hamura, and Koharu watched the barrier, smirking. Hamura said darkly, Danzo, trapping them like this, they won't die, will they? Danzo smiled. How could the Two Tails kill the Nine Tails? Don't worry, Mito won't let anything happen to Kushina. Either way, Night Maple loses his only support. How can a heavily injured Mito protect Night Maple? Besides, Mito won't be in any shape to decide who inherits the Nine Tails. We can't let Night Maple bond with the Nine Tails' power. Plus, Night Maple's too close to the Uchiha. Look at Mikoto Uchiha's reaction today, maybe they have something going on. For Konoha's sake, we must eliminate instability and maintain peace. Hamura frowned. What if Night Maple gets angry? He's strong, one of Konoha's best. Koharu scoffed. Is he gonna kill us? We're elders of the village. If he lays a hand on us, Konoha won't protect him. Hiruzen will step in to protect the will of fire. There are so many of us, are we afraid of some punk like Night Maple? Meanwhile, Night Maple and Minato Namikaze return to Konoha. The big plot is coming. Ask for a flower, an evaluation vote, a reward, thank you. Chapter 060. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yefeng's gaze fixed ahead. He'd reached Konoha's gates, night had fallen, the village entrance was brightly lit, and several figures were visible. Looking closer, the female ninja in front was Mikoto Uchiha. Yefeng? I'm so glad you're alright, that she'd been waiting for him. The rest of Team 7 were there too. Terumi had been taken away on a mission. Sensei. Yefeng, Rin and Mikoto Uchiha hurried over. Yefeng smiled. I'm okay, I'm back. Rin tugged at the corner of Yefeng's clothes, looking him over. Sensei, you're not even dirty. Uchiha Mikoto looked at Minato Namikaze, standing behind him. Minato, this is. Minato said gravely, this is confidential, I have to go. Yefeng nodded. Alright, go ahead. Minato vanished instantly. Uchiha Mikoto suddenly felt uneasy, recognizing the Hokage-like robe on the person Minato was carrying. It was blue, not red. Could it be Mizukage? Mikoto shook her head, dismissing the absurd idea. Yefeng ruffled Rin's hair. Okay, it's late. Your sensei's back. Go home. Rin nodded. Okay, sensei. See you tomorrow. Yeah, you guys head back too. Yefeng told Obito and Kakashi. His students had a little consideration, they waited for him. Mission's over, take a few days to rest. Mikoto, you go home too. Uchiha Mikoto nodded. Yefeng, I'll take Obito home. Thank you for helping the Uchiha clan cultivate such a genius. Yefeng smiled. He's got the talent, even if he does cry easily, it's still there. Ah, Yefeng-sensei, stop it. Obito was mortified. How could he say such embarrassing things in front of Mikoto-sensei? And Rin was right there. Obito wanted to throttle Yefeng. Yefeng-sensei was the worst. Yefeng chuckled, waving his hand. Go on, get going. I'm heading home too. Right now, Yefeng was eager to get back. Saving Mizukage was nothing compared to seeing his fiancée and daughter-in-law. What was Kushina doing? Was she thinking about him? Uchiha Mikoto spoke up. Oh, by the way, Yefeng, I heard Danzo's back. He had the administration department summon Mito Uzumaki-sama somewhere. Danzo summoned Grandma Mito. Uchiha Mikoto nodded. Yes, Danzo apparently brought back some Two Tails and asked Mito Uzumaki-sama to seal it. Two Tails? If Yefeng remembered correctly, the Two Tails belonged to the Hidden Cloud Village. Danzo had just signed a 20-year peace treaty with them, then stole their Two Tails. What a snake! Yefeng instantly understood the situation. Fugaku saw Mito Uzumaki-sama and Kushina go to Training Ground 4, the one closest to Hokage Rock. Yefeng frowned, feeling a sense of unease. I see. I'll go check it out. With that, Yefeng vanished. The 3 members of Team 7 were once again awed by Yefeng's speed. Sensei's so fast. That's a jonin for you. Humph, I'll be stronger than Sensei one day. Obito, keep dreaming. Kakashi, you wanna fight? Bring it on. Just because you unlocked your Sharingan doesn't mean I'm scared. I've got my Chidori. Obito and Kakashi started bickering again. Rin rolled her eyes. You two, stop it. It's late. Go home. Uchiha Mikoto frowned, pulling Obito along. Let's go home. Another genius has emerged from our clan. The head of the family will be thrilled. Obito nodded, shot Kakashi a look, huffed, and walked off with his nose in the air. He, Obito, was now an Uchiha genius. Yefeng was moving fast, leaping across rooftops, and directly arrived at the wall of the Uzumaki compound. Mito and Kushina were not there, they'd gone to the training ground. Suddenly, Yefeng sensed 2 enormous chakra signatures in the direction of Hokage Rock. One of those chakras was very familiar, Nine-Tails chakra. It was Mito Uzumaki, the other was probably the Two Tails. Grandma Mito and Kushina are in trouble. Thinking this, Yefeng shot towards Training Ground 4. At that moment, the fusion degree with the Hashirama Senju character card suddenly hit 100%. Ding! Congratulations, host, for fully fusing the SSS level Hashirama Senju character card. All the knowledge related to Hashirama Senju flooded Yefeng's mind. He'd inherited all of Hashirama's power. The ultimate ninjutsu of the god of shinobi, Sage Art would release, true several thousand hands, top transformed Buddha, had been mastered. Yefeng now felt like Hashirama Senju himself. A god of shinobi. Ding! Searching for S-Class character card Uzumaki Ashina and S-Class character card First Mizukage, Byakuren. The host may fuse with one. Which would you like to fuse with? Without hesitation, Yefeng said, fuse with Uzumaki Ashina.